Hey guys, welcome back. This is Eternal Night bringing you my very first Descendant build video. And, you know, uh, I've been doing build guides and build videos on other games like Remnant and Alien Fireteam Elite, and pretty much any other looter shooters, Suicide Squad, all of those types of games. And for Descendant, I will say I've been having a blast. I hope you guys are too. But here I am, another build video for healers. That's what I always main in any type of game like this. And this one's a doozy. So we're gonna get right into it because pretty complicated the way Yujin is built and his kit. So I will say I bought him right from the start because I was like, I'm not waiting till endgame to get him. So I bought him early and played it from the very beginning. And I will say, for anybody who is a solo player, I would wait until you get Yujin later because he's rough in the beginning stages. In his kit, he really doesn't. You can't use any of his skills because the way this healer is built is a lot of his kit is for other people, for your teammates. So I was literally playing the whole game with not using my skills unless somebody joined me.
A dream is for you
So
all not to get hurt.
with that out of the way, let's go over his skills.
But nothing at
You
all
have
will get to me.
the 4 skills. Let's go over his passive first, where you could res people super fast. I think this comes in clutch, especially in boss battles. I think Yujin is a very good end game type of character. A lot of people are putting him in the D tier or in the F tier. I don't believe so. I just don't think people know how to build him yet. And because the game is so early, um, I can see why everybody's putting him in the D tier. Nobody wants to play him. Nobody's playing him. They're all giving him hate because here's a healer who can't heal himself. So I will say that that is his downside. But with what I'm about to show you, we can correct all of that. So with his passive, you can heal people. You can res people super fast. It's like
My dream is
double
for you all not
less
to get
time.
hurt.
Like if somebody takes like let's
But
say
nothing at all will
10
get
seconds
to
to
me.
res somebody on a normal character, he's doing it in like 5 seconds. I don't have the exact seconds, but it's like 3 seconds or less than that for Yujin, and compared to like 5 or 6 seconds from a regular character or anybody else. So definitely total clutch, and it also they gain extra HP when you res them as well. Go over his first skill. So this is his drone. So what you do is you throw a drone on one of your allies, and it starts healing them. And you have to be near them, otherwise, as you can see in the little video, the drone will have green, yellow, then red. And then once you go past red, because of distance, the drone goes away. So it's good, but it's also not,
Dream is for you
because
all not to
I mean,
get
let me
hurt.
say it's not. I would say
But
it's
nothing
not.
at
It's
all
because
will get
people are
to me.
running so much in these boss battles and throughout the map. You got to really be on top of them, and it's really hard to even keep up with the bunny players. You know what I mean? So everybody's just Speedy Gonzalez over here, and you're just trying to catch up. But when people are relatively in a room or in a confined area, this healing drone is really good, um, because it heals your allies. Um, so you have the sustained recovery as well. So they'll the target max HP times 34.9%. So, and it also gives them skill power increase and firearm attack increase. Once the drone um, is on them.
My
Let's
dream is
see.
for you all not to get hurt. But nothing at
Okay,
all
so
will get to me.
accelerant is, I believe this is when it gets dismissed. There must be an error here. This is called accelerant, but it's stimulant. Once it's dismissed, you'll gain. Let's see. Upon dismissal, okay, so you'll gain a little bit of HP, and the firearm attack increase and the skill power increase. It's hard to keep track of all the buffs that are going on as you're in it because everything's happening so fast. But again, the drone is a nice skill. Go over to the serum. So this one, I don't know, it works, but sometimes the healing for us doesn't work. And I think what happens is I think your allies are supposed to shoot the enemy so they can heal us, but I'm not entirely sure. I've seen it work and then I see it not work. But at least for healing allies, this works. So basically you throw this little serum and the boss will have a debuff, and as you start attacking the boss, you'll start healing your allies within a certain range. So as you can see, recovery range when hitting an enemy, it starts at 8 meters, but you can increase this with your your perks and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go over the build towards the end. So if you want to feel free to skip to when I start talking about the build if you guys already know about how to use the skills. Then you have stimulant spray. This is pretty good. If everybody's huddled up, you could basically spray everybody in one shot, and it grants damage reduction, recovery, and all of and receive healing as well to the number of times that what they were hit once it ends. So this is really good. And then here is your ultimate ability where you just heal everybody, including yourself. This is probably the only really skill that actually heals yourself. So you want this, try to get this up as much as possible. So this is just your ultimate healing. So with that out of the way, let's go into the actual build. So as you can see, I'm only around level 56, 58. I just got into this new area, which is called the White Knight Gulch. So there's many more modules, or many more Descendant modules I have not picked up, but I will eventually, and there might be a version 2.0. As of right now, let's see what we have going. So this is my build right now. What you wanna do is, let me just show you this. When you go to the details here with the graph, it shows you where he excels the most. So as you can see, HP, MP, and shield recovery, and max shield is where he really excels at. So those are the stats you want to focus on. So as far as the build, you have Shock Punch, and I've upgraded this almost all the way. This also gives us module capacity. Here you can use whatever you want. I have a lot of purples, but before I go into the purples, if you're looking for blue ones, I would use Nimble Fingers, HP up, defense up, MP up, like all of those blue modules that just scales your defense, your health, your MP, and all of those until you start getting the purple mods and the gold mods, and eventually, hopefully, the translucent mods, which is the orange ones. Using Shock Punch, I barely use this. This is just for capacity increase. Amplification Control. So this gives us our skill effect range. This does apply to every single one of your buffs that you put on allies. So the serum, the range gets extended as you're hitting the enemy. It's a longer range for your allies to get healed. Your stimulant spray, your ultimate, everything gets affected. And on top of that, we get max shield. Auto immunity, this is your damage reduction modifier, and also HP recovery. Nimble Figure, skill cooldown. I'm trying to get as much skill cooldown in this build as possible, but I also need a lot of space, and I don't have it yet. Weighing the scale, so this gives us a max shield and skill cost reduction. This is also good. This is just to have more shield. Stim Accelerant, max HP, which is what we want. Negative hit on the MP, but that's not that bad. We still have a lot of MP to work with. Agony, max MP, so these two kind of cancel out. And then we get a 38.5% to our defense. This is probably the only module we use for defense. Conditional Recharge, so this is the module that allows us to kind of heal ourselves. So it says whenever we're using any skill, it consumes 17.5% of our max HP, but will recover 12.2% of max shield. This is really good. So if your allies are hurt, or if you're getting shot, if you're hurt, right, and your shield's almost gone, pop one of the skills near your ally, and you'll automatically gain shield. So this will help us heal ourselves, basically. Now, you could use the serum to gain back that missing health as well. So you pop any skill, you get your actually you just pop the serum. So you pop the serum at the enemy, you'll regain your shield, and then on top of that, you'll gain health back because you're shooting the enemy. So you'll gain health back. And then medical support. There are others that I think are pretty good as well that I was using, but I was just messing around with it. Frugal mindset is a good one. Skill cost reduction, then skill effect range. Increase HP, increase defense. You also have, I also just got this one, outstanding investment, skill duration, and HP heal. This will also keep the serum or any of the buffs active longer. So I might start playing around with the skill duration. So I think that's about it. I will say, playing Yujin, it's a very gear heavy Descendant to work with. You need a lot of these perks in order to make him work. He's just hard. Solo play, he's rough. So anybody who wants to use a healer, make sure you're playing with other people. Like if you have your friends that you're playing with, definitely get him, use him. He's great in boss battles. He's great throughout the missions. Let's just go over these stats over here on the bottom right. I have like 3,300 defense, 860 shield, 4,000 HP, and almost 250 MP. All of this helps. And defense, you want to get your defense high too, because your defense applies to your shield and your health. So you're really not going down as a healer. As far as the external components, max HP and max shield and defense. So whatever you guys find, I would say prioritize max HP. So all the HP support external components. And the bread and butter weapon for this build, which I finally got, is the Divine Punishment. This thing is phenomenal. So when it says here, when granting a buff, that's not to yourself because you're not buffing yourself at all. You're going to gain a meditation to yourself. So here, you can get up to 3 stacks. It'll last for 15 seconds. You'll get defense per stack. So imagine all 3 of your teammates are under you. You pop the stimulant spray. Bam. You get 15% defense for 15 seconds right off the bat. And then if you also recover an ally's HP or shield or whatever, you also give praise to yourself. And praise, you also, this is skill cooldown per stack. So all of this is working with our build. Like this is the best gun for this build. And also if you debuff an enemy, which is your serum, you'll gain firearm attack per stack as well. So this assault rifle is the bread and butter of this build. This is what you need. Anything outside of this does not work. Also, the Divine Punishment is used for bossing. So if you're in solo play or just running through mobs or mobs of enemies, you could use the Thunder Cage as your secondary. I realize I have general rounds, two of them. And you might be asking me why am I doing that? So if you go into the build, if you have this perk or this module, normal special rounds refining. So basically every time you're acquiring special rounds, it's actually going to convert it to general rounds. So this is why we have a special rounds in tactical rifle as our third. We do not use this weapon. We only use this for more drop chance of this type of ammo, just so we could feed our assault rifle. and that's the build, guys. He is really fun to play, but definitely very gear heavy and gear dependent. He's, it's definitely a skill learning curve because you can't heal yourself, kind of. It's hard, I would say, to heal yourself. There is one module I will say that I have not been able to get, and let me see if I can find it really quick. No, it's not this map. I think it's in here. Alright, so if you go to the Agnan Desert and the Vermilion Waste, this mission, you have a 1.6% chance to get the first 8 kit module. This is what I've been trying to farm for the last couple days, last day or so, since the game released. I don't know what this does yet, but I'm pretty sure this module is going to be cracked, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a must-have in the build. I will update this build once I get more modules or I test more modules out. But I just wanted to get this build video out to you guys, so whoever you healer lovers like me could start playing Yujin as fast as possible and try to understand how he works. All right, catch you on the next one.